Okay, we woke her up. Dang. We woke a whole bunch of them up. We can't we can't take that many on right now. Welcome everybody to 7 Days to Die Alpha 17 stable release. Build 240 is now in stable. So that's like perfect timing for me because I just finished the season 2 of our experimental last night, as a matter of fact, and posted that video this morning here on Saturday, December 22nd. And I was actually planning on not doing any more experimentals until they came out with stable, and then they came out with stable today, which was absolutely amazing. So I have made a humongous, as big as you can world, 16 square kilometer world here, and my computer just finished generating that, and it took a long time too, because I mean that's a really big world. So our game name is going to be OG A17. South Mofoxy County is the name of that. That probably doesn't really matter a whole lot to you guys. So let's take a quick look at our settings. We are going to be on Insane. We're going to keep the 24-hour cycle on, 90 minutes, daylight length 18. All the speeds are set to Nightmare speed, because that's what we did in our last experimental season. And that, as far as I can tell, that's the same speed as the old Always Run was. For advanced settings, we have block durability, loot abundance is at 100%. Pretty much everything here. Well, most of the stuff is just the default settings. I'm not changing that. One of the things that I'm wanting to do, planning on doing in this season, we're going to call this season 1 of stable, is I'm going to be a little more nomadic this time than I have been in the previous playthroughs. With the idea being that probably what we'll do is we'll build like outposts or smaller bases at different places, particularly, on routes to traders and that sort of thing, on the map, rather than, settle down in one specific location, at least earlier on in the game. Maybe later on in the game, we might, come across an area that we just fall in love with, in terms of the terrain and the way it looks, and decide to build, a little bit more of a permanent base in that situation. But I am going to be, at least like I said in the early game, a little more nomad style here. We do have the Blood Moon count set up to 64 enemies, which is as high as it'll let me do it on a single player game. Airdrops are every 3 days, and they are marked as on. Multiplayer stuff doesn't matter because this is a single player game. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm excited for this, and hopefully, it'll stay in this stable version long enough for us to make pretty good progress. Now, I started reading the release notes from the Fun Pimps. I didn't read the whole thing all the way through, but they do say that they are planning on doing some more updates after the holidays. But I happen to have a whole week off here on the Christmas week, and so as much as I can, I'm going to be doing some streaming too, of course, but as much as I can, I'm going to knock as many episodes of this out as we can. And hopefully, when they do come up with those updates after the holidays, they won't be updates that will cause us to have to start a whole new world. I'm really hoping that we don't have to do that, just because it takes so much time and so much effort on insane difficulty here in Alpha 17 to advance. It really does. So there's probably going to be a lot more off-camera grinding for me to do. I will save you guys from that as much as I can, as much as what makes sense, basically. And here we are. This is going to be cool. Okay, so I'm going to turn my gamma down because I was actually playing our Dead is Dead challenge earlier today, and I had that up. So let's go down to about 38, and we'll start with that. As far as the gamma issue goes, too, let's just talk a little bit more before we actually get started. So in the experimental, I tried to play, in the dark and then brighten things up for you guys with gamma settings, either in OBS or in Premiere Pro, and it just didn't look good. However, they have made some graphical changes to the game since I last tried that. So if I can work it out to where I can actually play with the game being dark, you know, for immersion purposes, because when I do play this by myself, I like the dark. You know, that's part of the game, and it's immersive and makes it more scary and all that sort of thing. I'll try that out. But again, if I can't get it to where it looks good with gamma adjustments, we'll probably have to go back to just adjusting the in-game gamma so that you guys can see what's going on, because I can't make YouTube videos that you can't see. Okay, so we will try that for this first video. And like I said, if it doesn't look good, if I can't get it bright enough without it looking like absolute crap for you guys, you know, then we're going to have to go back to in-game gamma adjustments. But if we can make it look halfway decent and I can actually play the game in the dark during the night, that's what I would prefer to do. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and get rolling here. The game looks really good with the graphical adjustments that the Fun Pimps have made. We're going to start off our adventure here with 2 44 Magnum rounds. How about that, huh? All right, so we know the drill. We've done it a million times. If I could actually hit that, that would be nice. Thank you very much. And just hoping, you know, that things run smooth. As far as the graphics settings go, what do I have things set to? Quality. Everything's on custom. That's on high. Reflected shadows, no. I think I turned that off before, and I think we can keep it off. I'm pretty sure we can live without that. Shadow distances are near. Water quality's high. All of the far stuff is good. Motion blur we want completely off. We don't need that. And we don't want depth of field. Actually, let's turn depth of field on for just a second and see what it does. Yeah, you don't even really notice depth of field. At least I don't. It just doesn't seem to, if it's working at all, it's not enough to really make a difference, you know? So I think we're going to turn that back off too. Okay, so we still have shadows, as you can see here. Honestly, I'm not even really sure what reflected shadows are. You know, like I said, to be completely honest with you, I'm not even sure what exactly that means, reflected shadows. So anyway, we're not going to worry about it. And the game seems to be running pretty smooth right here, but then again, I'm not in a forest. It's going to be more intense in the forest because there's a lot more vegetation and stuff going on there. Okay, so let's just quickly get through this first starter quest. They only give us 4 points now for finishing this instead of 5, which kind of sucks because with the 5 points we were able to, you know, put 1 point in each one of the attributes. But they don't let us do that. We only get 4, I believe. So kind of sucks, but it is what it is, I guess. It is what it is. I'm not a huge fan of nerfing, you know, XP when you play the game on these settings because it's, you know, it takes so long to advance anyway. But you know, one of the things that I like to do in this series, in this insane series, is play the game all on vanilla. So there's no modification at all. We do play, gosh dang it, we do play modifications on the multiplayer stuff that we do, the Dead is Dead and the Team Death Challenge, and even when we just kind of play casually. We do use modded game files for that. At some point, too, it is my intention, probably on the multiplayer server with my friends, we'll probably do Darkness Falls when Kane gets it ready to go, or shortly thereafter. So he is the author of Darkness Falls, and it's one of my favorite 7 Days to Die mods, and looking forward to playing that after we've, you know, spent some time on vanilla here in Stable. What's that? Skull Crusher. Okay, we'll hang on to that for the moment. Let's do the bedroll placement thingy. Okay, we'll pick that back up. And we're going to keep that with us on the toolbar. I think for the land claim block, what does that take to make? It only takes a few stones. So we're going to drop this for now because we're not ready to use it. It's just taking up space right now. So we will do that. Let's put all this stuff over here. Okay, now it wants us to make an axe. I've done this starter quest so many times in this game. Not even funny. So many times. Could do it in my sleep. We already checked that. So yeah, we're starting off in a desert. That's a little different than our other starts. All of our other starts have been in forest biome, that sort of thing. Now we're starting off in the desert. That's a good thing and that's a bad thing. We do get the grace period in the early game, you know, for temperature. So it's not going to be an immediate problem for us, the heat, you know, from the desert. So hopefully we can find our way out of it, but maybe stay near it. In fact, yeah, that's forest over that way because of all the trees. But stay near it so we can, you know, take advantage of yucca and aloe, which is very useful. Okay, we need a few more plant fibers. Let's get those gathered up here. Now, it's very risky to eat yucca raw because it has a 10% chance of food poisoning. But what it is good for is you can make yucca juice, and that's very useful in the early game here. So, all right, let's get our clothes made. And we're probably going to go ahead and make ourselves a plant fiber hats too, because we are in the desert. That just has a 2 cold resist and 2 heat resist, whereas this is going to give us more protection from heat. Not that it matters a whole lot until our grace period's over, but yeah, we'll do that. Okay, while we're waiting for that, let's start busting up a rock here. Now we got some weird textures on that rock. Huh. Okay, that'll probably fix itself when we log out and back in. Let's repair this. And now it wants us to wear all of this stuff. You guys have, if you've watched me or if you've played this game yourself, you know the drill on how all that works. Okay, let's scrap that. We'll keep the cowboy hat on. Nitrate powder and lead. Well, let's hang on to those for the moment, but those will be some of the first things to go because they're just not something we need right now. Later on, that stuff will become more important. And, you know, because we are planning on playing nomad style, we are going to rely more upon the traders. So it is going to be important for us to find traders, and what we'll do, like I said, is we'll probably make like a trade route that we can follow and make our rounds with the traders, and then probably just have like little outposts set up along the way. That's kind of the idea, anyways, that I have for doing that. Okay, so let's get a little bit of stamina back here. I think what I'm going to do too is I'm going to drink this right now. And let's eat this, and hopefully we don't get food poisoning by doing it. Nope, we lucked out. Okay. And then we can take this stuff and we can make yucca juice. Oh, wait a minute. You have to have... Wait a second. Hold on. You have to have normal water to make that? I thought you could... Oh, shoot. I forgot about that. Maybe yucca's not going to be... Oh, damn it. As useful as I thought it was going to be. Oh, I know what's going on. Okay. When we play on our Dead is Dead challenge, we have modified XMLs that let you make the yucca juice like you used to with just the yucca and not water. I forgot that on vanilla you have to have the water, so okay. Well, darn it, I probably shouldn't have drank my water quite as fast as I did, but it is what it is, so we'll just keep working here. Let's just make a basic wooden club. We're going to finish the quests. We'll take the first point in intellect so that we can make level 2 stuff, and then we're going to be stuck with level 2 stuff for quite some time, barring anything we might be able to get from the trader. But here in Alpha 17, if you didn't already know that, know this, that really only affects durability. So a level 5 axe and a level 1 axe do the same amount of damage. It's just that the level 5 axe lasts a lot longer before you have to repair it. Get a little more wood here too. Okay, wants us to do a bow and some arrows. We'll stick this down here for the time being, but it's not going to stay there too terribly long. Get our arrows started. Alright. Looks like that's probably like a water plant over there. Now we need to get some wood to do the little base build thingy. We'll cut this guy down. And yeah, like I said earlier, I really hope that we can stick with this world for a while. Not have to start over again. You know, and that's the nature of playing an early release, especially experimental versions. So it certainly was not unexpected. And we did manage to get quite a ways in the very first experimental release, but then they started coming out with updates, and very frequent updates. Again, not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing at all. It just makes it difficult to make consistent videos is all that and start over. So, all right, let's repair that. We're gonna need some more iron because we need to make enough scrap iron to make ourselves a reinforced club. So let's go find another. Well, you know what? Actually, before we do that, let's finish out the quest so that way we can get the points going that we need. Set those down right now. Okay, let's harvest some more stone. Ideally, we want to be all set up and ready to rock and roll by noon, because that's when the Z's will start showing up. And they do like to surround you here in Alpha 17, so it can be challenging for sure. That kind of sucks, man. I completely forgot I couldn't make yucca juice with just straight up yucca. They did change that. Not even sure how I feel about that, to be honest, because it takes one of the major advantages of being in the desert in the early game away when you're still looking for water. So, not all changes, that they've made are favorable in my personal opinion. Some people are, are going to like something like that. Some aren't. That's one that I don't really care for, but you got to take what you get. So, and make it work. Of course, the other advantage to be in the desert is the aloe that you can get and the ability to easily find bird's nests. So those are all good advantages too. Alright, we'll set the campfire down and then that will finish our starter quest. We'll get our 4 points. And that should do it. Wait for the thing to pop up on the screen here. There we go. Alright, now we have 4 points, so we're going to put the first one into intellect. We're going to probably go stamina, strength. Actually, we're going to do pack mule before we even do strength, and we're going to do perception. Okay. So now we should be able to make level 2 tools. We'll scrap that. that and scrap more of that. To make the club, we need 100. So let's just finish this stone off. We need all the materials. Well, we need the stone, most of the materials, the stone materials, the stone and the iron mostly. The coal comes in handy, of course, too. The other stuff's not super useful yet, but it will be later. That stamina cap is going down. Sucks. Alright, let's get our iron reinforced club going. We'll scrap this guy. And then we're gonna get a little bit more stone so I can have a good supply of arrows made up, because when the zombies come in, we're gonna be fighting. So let's go ahead and bust up one more boulder here, and we're gonna start working our way over towards the forest. I might actually try and pop into that house though and see if we can get a cooking pot, because if we can find a cooking pot early on, we'll be doing pretty good. It took us a little while in the last season of experimental season 2 to get a cooking pot, and we had a little bit of hydration issues early on. We managed to pull through it, but it was a bit rough for a while there. Here's the Duke. We'll definitely be working towards getting a bunch of those. We've already been here. Okay, we need to find one more boulder. We'll finish this one off, and then we'll probably do one more full boulder, and then I think we'll be good. So it's 10:43. As soon as we go into that place, though, we're going to have to deal with Z's, sleeper Z's. But there is a kitchen up above, and if we luck out, hopefully we'll find a cooking pot early on. Okay, one more boulder. Bear with me for one more boulder, and then we'll go hit that building. I don't remember how long the grace period lasts for the weather. I don't know if it's based upon an amount of time or if it's based upon what level I hit. I think it's based upon levels. I think once I hit like level 4 or 5, then at that point, you know, then we're on our own for temperature. We got to deal with it. And it can definitely be a pain in the ass in this game, that's for sure. Oh, this takes so long. Hopefully this will be the last time we have to do this grind for a while. We'll have to do it one more time, but once we get to the point where we can get decent resources, it shouldn't be so bad. I'm a little concerned with how quickly our stamina cap's going down too, but we got to do this. I thought there was a way that you could like roast this, and maybe I'm thinking of a mod or something. We're going to need to find an animal here pretty soon too. That's going to be a very high priority along with the cooking pot. Hopefully, I mean, we might find some canned food in there, but canned food is iffy. You have a 10% chance of getting food poisoning, and I have definitely got it before from eating canned food in the game. So, okay, so let's ditch the nitrate and the lead. How valuable are those? You know what? I'm gonna get rid of those too. We just can't carry that stuff around right now. All right, let's turn this into aloe cream, and that'll give us some. Let's get 2 more of those too. That'll give us something to heal with, so we don't have to use. We'll only use our bandage in an emergency. So we just need 1 more aloe plant here. And we'll continue to loot these birds' nests as we see them. All right, so let's go ahead and set our bedroll back down out a little ways from this house. Zombies are about ready to show up too. So that way if we die, you know, we're not like 10 miles away from here. Okay, you can hear them. There's a big mama right there. We could get a little leather off of that too. So the kitchen's right here. Okay, we woke her up. Dang. We woke a whole bunch of them up. We can't take that many on right now. Let's draw them off. Man, look at them all. That's a lot of sleepers, man. Okay, it's noon. Zombies are going to start showing up in addition to the sleepers we just woke up. Yeah, you know, we might look for a burned biome, because they're actually kind of useful for, you know, you can look in those wrecked houses, and sometimes you can find a cooking pot in there without having to deal with sleepers. We might, I'll tell you what though, let's work our way around and see if we can get back in there from the other side and just see what happens. I just don't have enough stamina cap right now to really get into it with these dudes. Already looted all that stuff. Okay, let's just be super quiet here. I don't know if we can sneak up those stairs without them seeing us or not. We're gonna find out though, aren't we? Be very, very quiet. Oh shit! Well, we looted something. I don't know what it was. wasn't going to stick around to find out. And our guy didn't appreciate getting hit by the zombie either, so we feel something coming on. Oh, is it time up already? My goodness. Sure flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? Okay. Well, all right. I guess the time is up. So I'm going to go ahead and just pick right up in the same exact spot in the next episode. And again, like I said, it's my intention to try and crank out as many of these as I can over the holiday season. And we'll just see what happens. But looking forward to this. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this episode. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Come and hang out with us on Discord and come and see me on live stream. I do live stream on Twitch several times a week. You can find the links to both of those places in the About section of the YouTube channel. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.